Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir, I am Officer Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Yo, what is good, y'all? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and now we're going into day 3 of this case. Now, if you guys were wondering what happened last time, well, we all remember. We went and we investigated some more. We found Marshall's footprints, or fingerprints. We found Marshall's fingerprints in the actual storage room area for all the evidence, which leads me to believe that his involvement in the SL9 case wasn't as cut and dry as he was making it seem. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into it. All right, so February 24th, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are, to be honest. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time, and a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That's a little. That sentence is a little crazy. So how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind the simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Skye. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. Huh. That's the trump card I had up my sleeve today. You do understand that's what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Don't be silent, say something! Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. At least she's on board. Before, she was totally ready to give up. She probably thought it was a helpless case, you know, regardless. So, at least we're making progress somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... Oh, wait, that's right. He doesn't have that grungy voice anymore. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from prosecutor's office. Yet, the victim Bruce Goodman was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we would... Bro, speak English? And I'm not talking old English either. I'm talking like modern English. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? I mean, yeah, I think so. That's how you get through life. You gotta fake it till you make it. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Who are they about to... Is it about to be Goodman? Or not Goodman, but, Gumshoe? Did he swipe for... Oh, that's right. Never mind. I forgot we had established it was that guy. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. What are you doing, bro? I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. This guy is so lost. How did he pass the exams? Don't you have to be, like, through, like, an academy to get in this position? And who let him have this blowhorn again, or this megaphone again. Actually, what we'd like to know is, sir, what would you call part of the younger generation, sir? Or what you would call part of the younger generation, sir? A person whose actions adults can't simply comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Hey, you're not part of my generation. You can't fault them for a lack of enthusiasm. That's millennial speak. Heck no. Beginning of Gen Z. I don't even know if that's better. I don't even think that's better. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then, I did it. Okay. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Another officer. Alright, let's just go ahead and press him for the whole information. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may have its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with, so we need to press him some more. Say less. Let's get it. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Although it may not be my normal duty, I was assigned to guard evidence the other day. Yeah, let's press him on that. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Yeah, I wouldn't want him touching anybody who has a prospect at my place of work. Do you know the amount of anxiety he would give them? Give them the wrong impression. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. This ugly, disgusting thing. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. Wait, I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. Oh, wait, hold on. We need to go back. What's suspicious man? Let's talk about more about that. What do you got to say about this? In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Right, and... That's right. There it is! I found it! Okay, this is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir, because he had to go in, drop it off, and then go back in to get it out. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badges to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data. Record added to the ID card. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. Okay, let's talk more about this attack. So you were attacked. Can you tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well then, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. He was literally swinging his arms in the air. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the... Oh. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What'd you do? What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really looking into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. Now you're trying to make yourself sound cooler. I get it, bro. I would do the same thing in the court of law. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. What? I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. Right after that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Okay, let's see. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. Waking up and looking at the clock? According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying. Was he holding a freaking vape? Was that what that was? I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned her to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. What is that? What is that, a ketchup packet with a little bow on it? Like, what am I looking at? It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Is this actually going to be a video? This is creepy. Like crazy creepy. Bruh. Okay, that's not creepy at all. Alright. So we see the tape of the guy in the trench coat. Why is it like this? We never see the person's face, so no, I don't think it's Goodman. But he's clearly going in the locker. I'm assuming Meekins is coming in here. He notices. Yeah, he sees him. But we don't actually see the murder. Oh, never mind. We see Meekins get punched. Meekins gets thrown. You know? This is interesting. He's unconscious. But we don't see the person in the coat anymore. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room. And, Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Alright, well, we need to dig deeper on this, because this is some weird stuff that we're, like, getting into, and I can't figure it out. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Alright, let's go through our evidence before we shuffle through, before we get ourselves confused. What's this about the fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Alright, let's figure this out for one. Hold on. Let's open this up. The save. We gotta remember to save before we get into these situations. Go back. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Always with contradictions. We'll just go and press everything first. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label someone as having seen or not seen, the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you were the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. But there's no question that other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me if I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Ah! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. Okay. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably... why do I keep saying that or doing that? Unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people I know, sir. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. We don't need to hear that. We don't need to hear that, Meekins, I promise. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Okay, however, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock, and it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? I mean... yeah, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that... hold on. Leads to the possibility that... the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Alright, we've been saying the same thing now every single time. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out? Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I mean, I'm sitting here drawing a blank too, to be honest. I would now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction that you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction of it? Okay. The contradiction would be... Let's see. We don't see his face. Oh, let's pause this real quick. So what I want to do is take a look at the court record. Because from what I understand, Goodman's locker... Actually, we could check his number, right? I would like to check his number. 189. Meekins. So, Meekins enters first to drop off the thing. Well, Edgeworth goes in first. Somebody with just these straight sevens goes in technically first, but we don't know their identity yet. But as we can see here, we have Edgeworth walks in. We have Meekins next. Then we have Bruce Goodman, and then Mike Meekins. We go back. Right. Only assign yada yadas. Indicator lamps light up when it's open. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's lit up. That's lit up. What does the locker say? Only assigned. Indicator lamps light up when it's open. Officer Meekin. Okay, bet. We got it. Sir, what do you mean to me, sir? As I understand it, the locker's apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. Right. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Right. The indicator's already on. That's the only thing I wasn't able to catch right away. But I thought it would be later in the video we'd understand. I thought it would say it's closed off, which meant that it wasn't open. I don't know why my brain worked like that. That was just a really weird way of thinking, I think. Okay, that's good looks. Okay, can we, like, skip? Why are we having to rewatch the whole entire thing? When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind to a little earlier. It's already green. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. It's always lit. What joke was I trying to cook there? I don't know. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, I must have broken down. Or it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show the novice should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, so you see, this isn't exactly my field, so let me go ahead and save very quickly before I try to say some random bullshit that'll just get me excluded from the court. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor was the glove. Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked, Mr. Wright. Please show us the footage. Alright, let's fast forward. I know exactly what it was. It was bro when he opened up the locker. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Bro, does it have to be the whole video over again? Okay. Oh my gosh. Bro, we don't have to see this 3 million times. It's the glove. So the glove was jamming it. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out of... We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Right. Oh my. If I have to watch this video one more time, I might just end any chance of another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough. They love to milk these new mechanics. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck on the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I've finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It was this glove, Your Honor. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I have opened that locker. I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Okay, it's heating up now. Order, order. So we ought to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that a possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Another testimony from Meekins? Hey, y'all know what time it is, baby. Y'all know what time it is? Oh, my fault. Actually, hold on. We don't know what time it is because we're not starting the video yet. Alright, y'all baby. Yeah. Y'all baby. Alright, y'all know what time it is. Let's get back to it. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Bro, get it together. Oh, you mean that, sir? Is this a joke? Yeah, I'm about sick of this dude coming in here on his megaphone tweaking on some sir stuff. It's time to get down to the facts. Very well, begin your testimony. Oh gosh, bro. Alright, here we go. Mystery Man 2. There's one other thing that proves that man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Okay, well this should be simple enough. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Right. Bruce Goodman, 584-2189. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for the transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There are only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination. Mystery Man, number 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Alright, I got you, right? Okay. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Or, we could press him on this, or we could just talk about it first. I'm thinking maybe we just show him. Right? Because, I mean, well, technically, hold on a minute. Hold on. One must use their ID card. What would disprove this? Not the screwdriver. No, this might have to be something we press him on. Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. You are such a, like, bro, bum. Like, what do you... Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. Okay. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. We know this, but let's press them on it a little bit. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it? Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's all behind. Oh God. Mommy, is that man a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. Oh, brother. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. Wow. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you showed the man to his ID card, when you asked to show the man to his ID card, when you asked the man to show his ID card, bro, I can't speak today. I'm sorry, y'all. This is, you know. He pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's like a little odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? Okay, yeah, we get it. I'm confused. All right, well, the contradiction being that the dude came up to him and basically almost stabbed him over the ID card. So let's present the whole thing about it. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. A white enamel shoe found at the crime scene. Solution for scientific spray use. Yada yada. ID of all who entered the evidence room. Yeah, I mean, it says Bruce Goodman went in after Meekins. So I don't think there's any way to use this to press. Recovers fingerprints, handprints on file. Screwdriver. Goodman's lost item report. 5. ID 5. Stash report. I don't see it. Scene of the stabbing of the detective. I don't know. Found at the crime scene. What? Wait. Hold on a minute. Was this found at prosecutor's office crime scene? Let me do it. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me save real quick. Save. Just in case. Okay, hold on. Because I do think maybe if we just present it to where we found it. There it is. Contradiction, baby. Let's get it. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report? It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, correct? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of it. Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Okay. I mean, I figured that much. We just had to get everyone else there. Order! Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Did he just compliment me? Okay, I see you. Character growth. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15, oh, here we go on his BS again. You look at him, restating what I say to get all the glory points. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Of course, I already said that. Second, the victim lost his ID card, which I remember. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yeah? What is he up to? With that being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. Okay. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. See? I think I might have said something like that the other day while I was recording. I think I said something like that about how we didn't actually see the murder happen, but I didn't know what that meant. And I guess this is what he's talking about. I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment of the defendant used the murder weapon. Okay, well now we gotta cover our tracks though, Phoenix. Let's not panic. We've been in this position way too many times. I knew that testimony is way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Mr. Officer Meekins encountered, and where did this person appear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana... Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Tap in. Tap in. Get Yami Phoenix out. Object. We know how this goes. The process is simple. We object our asses off until we come up with something. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Not at all. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven only one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Okay. Right, and then we only see Meekins on the ground. We don't see the actual thing happen. Yeah, Meekins right there on the ground holding his little megaphone. And handcuffs on his front like a goof. But what else is there? There's nothing else to be shown here. No jump scares, please. Okay, cool. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Ah, the fingerprints! Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses may be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Okay. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Are we gonna get Marshall up? Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who would you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? Oh, we already know his name. Mr. Boozy Jake Marshall. Jake Booze Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. The court is now in recess. Okay, cool. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. There's no stopping you now, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured out shit. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? You don't trust us? You don't trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Like, do you mind? This is a touching family moment we're having. Brother, go get a donut or something. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Thank you. Get out. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? Don't even give me that look. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better than... Wait, hey! Hey! Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Bro, get on with it. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Wait, what? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor, well, a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Okay, files for the Joe Dart killings. Solved 2 years ago. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Okay. Oh, what? Now that I brought your stuff, you're not just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident... Is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago. The rest of the world knew it as... the Joe Dart killings. The Joe Dart... No, Lana! That's over with. No! Emma, wait. What the hello? What are we... Can someone take 5 seconds to explain what's happening to me right now? Like, even my own main character that I'm controlling knows more than I do. Oh, you know what? I just remembered I gotta go. And then here goes Gumshoe. Bro, you wanted to be in this conversation so bad, and now I need information, and you're just gonna zip too? Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Oh my gosh, y'all are some fake people, bro. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a good look at this file. Best of luck. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Like, what are we talking about? Oh my gosh. I'm so lost, bro. Well, regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the end of the episode. I'm very curious to know exactly what are they talking about with this whole SL9 incident. Everybody ran out the room. Nobody has no plans to tell me shit. I'm the lead attorney, and yet I'm the one, you know, left in the dark. You know, it's just how it is. You know, we gotta boss up on our G shit, and we just gotta pull up, and we gotta do what we know how to do best, and that is present and object. You know what I'm saying? So. With that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe if you did, and hit that notification bell if you're new so that you always know when I'm getting another video posted to the channel. We will also be very soon moving on to other series, but that is neither here nor there. For now, enjoy a little bit of what's left of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and we'll potentially revisit in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for pulling up this video, and I will see you guys in the very next one. Peace, y'all.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came. You see, darkness is